Hello, everyone. My name is Zakia Ringgold, and I am so excited to be here. It looks like my microphone is very loud, and I don't want to scream in your ear. But today is special. This is our very first soap making broadcast to the Stowe Rocks community, and I would like to affectionately welcome you into Soap Nation. My name is Zakia Ringgold. I am the owner and creator of Live Soap School, where we do a whole lot of soap and a whole lot more. And today I'm going to be showing you all how to make your very own handmade soap at home using coconut oil. Now, what I will say is this is one of the simpler soap making methods because I figure everybody has some coconut oil at home and you'll probably be able to actually do this one. I do have some tips in here that we will also cover, and I'm looking forward to having you here. If you have not already told me where you are watching from or how you got here or if you've been here before, be sure to put that in the comments so that I can say hello to you. And then what I'll do at this point is take you over to the soap cam. So let's see here. And I also need to check and make sure that you guys are able to see what it is that I am showing. So let me just do a check just to make sure. Let's see. Bam. Yeah, we're there. One more. Yes, okay, I do see us, so that is great. So let me go ahead and share this out to my folks. If you think you know somebody who knows somebody else that may be interested in learning how to make their own soap at home, because right now one of the most effective things that we can do is stay at home. And the second thing that we can do is wash our stinking hands. And so let me share this out. Bam. All right. And I invite you guys to do the same. We've got a taker, Mr. Richard Emmanuel Ashby. Number one, thank you for inviting me to host these sessions here Thursdays at 11 a.m. Thank you for joining us live. Gina is so excited. Too much is not enough, but you can't get excited if you ain't got that stuff. Let's give them both a round of applause for joining us live and also taking a moment to actually talk on here. So what you all are looking at is our soap cam. And the soap cam is kind of showing you everything that you will need in order to make your own soap at home. Now, first things first, we will be using a recipe, hopefully that comes up correctly, from my book. This is the new Vegan Soap Cookbook, and it teaches you how to make plant-based soap from scratch. We will be doing our One Oil Wonder recipe. And this recipe is on page 28 of the book. So if you have your book or your copy, you can go ahead and use that. We will also post all of the ingredients right below this video. And so let's start with, how do you make this safely? Okay, the very first thing that you are going to need is goggles. You can't be a soap maker without goggles, so I'm telling you now, get yourself some safety goggles, because we do use some ingredients, what I will get to, that are caustic to the skin initially. And you don't want that to pop up in your eyes. So the very first thing is to make sure when you are getting started that you have on your goggles. The second thing is some gloves. You definitely want to have some gloves. These gloves are going to protect your hands in the event of a splash, and it's pretty good manufacturing practices whenever you are making any kind of skincare products to wear yourself some gloves. Additionally, you are going to need some utensils and some tools in order to measure your ingredients, mix your ingredients, mold your ingredients. So we're going to head over to that here. So number one, if you are a soap maker or you know a soap maker and you're wondering what should you get them for Christmas, what should you get them for their birthday? Spatulas. Spatulas. Not only do they allow us to stir, they allow us to scrape, and not waste any oils or butters that we use in our recipes. Additionally, you are going to need a stick blender. Now, this stick blender isn't your regular run-of-the-mill stick blender. It is also something that you can use for mixing up all of your soap and making sure that you get a really good mixture in your soap, and it kind of speeds up the process quite a bit. We have Rose checking in from Maryland. Hello, thanks for checking in on the YouTube side. All right, so we have our mixing utensils. You're also going to need some kind of a bowl for measuring out your ingredients. So in this bowl, I do have our coconut oil. This is a single oil soap that we'll be making. And the benefit of doing a 100% coconut oil soap is the soap is going to be white, which makes it very easy to add color. We customize it with color. We want to do that with color. So you need a bowl in order to mix everything up. I am seeing that we are up to 97 folks across the platforms. If you have not already said hello, please do so that I can welcome you into the broadcast. Additionally, you're going to need a scale. Now, I know a lot of you have been on Weight Watchers and Cine Scotchers, whatever. You've been wherever, so you should have your standard kitchen scale. Now, this is going to ensure that you are able to measure out your ingredients successfully without having any issues. So make sure you get yourself a kitchen scale that can measure in both grams and ounces. One thing about soap making is it's a very precise project in terms of the ingredients. You want to be sure that you're measuring by weight and not by volume. Tasha has checked in with the smiley face. I'm happy to see that smiling face coming right back at me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So additionally, you are going to need something to put your soap in so that it can harden up and set up overnight. I like to use this silicone mold, and in the link that I'll post in a little while, you will be able to see where you can get all of this stuff, because, you know, we're staying in the house, but there you can still get some stuff delivered. If you don't have a silicone mold, you can use a not necessarily a shoebox, but those plastic Tupperware containers, and then you just line that with a plastic bag and you can put your soap right in there. You just need something so that it can take a shape for you. Additionally, this is where the chemical part comes in, where I have to tell you all to remain extremely vigilant. Chemical burns do hurt. They hurt significantly. And so this is where you definitely want to make sure you have on your gloves. It is 100% imperative that you have your goggles on as well as your gloves. That's going to protect your skin, and that's also going to protect your eyes in case there are any splashes. So the ingredient that we are talking about is lye. It is sodium hydroxide. So here is a science term for all of you. The process for making soap is known as saponification. And so in order to have that process happen, you 100% need sodium hydroxide. Because have you ever tried to mix water and oil? What typically happens? They just separate. They won't stay together. Sodium hydroxide is that chemical that we need in order to make the soap. Because we're using our oil, we're also using some water, but we need something to make those stay together. A question that I always get, and I have answered over 1,000,000 times since I've been live streaming, is can soap be made without lye? And the answer is no. The good news is that through that saponification process, there is no lye left in the final bar. You get a nice, luxurious bar of soap that is creamy, conditioning, and great for your skin with no additional chemicals or additives added to it. If you want to get fancy, you want to get spicy, you can add some additional color to your soap. And that makes it kind of unique. And you can have your own experimentation with color, which is pretty cool. I think we've gone over everything, so let's go ahead and get to making. All right, so the recipe is in the book, and again, we will put it on the blog as well as in this video. However, if you have the book, again, it is our One Oil Wonder in the book, and we will be using 726 grams of coconut oil. We'll be using 276 grams of distilled water, and 113 grams of sodium hydroxide, which is known as lye. I've already mixed up our sodium hydroxide in our water. So if you are going to do this at home, what you would do is you would measure out your water first. Then you would measure out your sodium hydroxide in a separate container, and you pour that sodium hydroxide into your mixture, into your water, and then you stir it until it's clear. And as you can see, we have a very clear mixture at that point, which means it's very good for us to go ahead and use. Additionally, we also have our oils, which are in here. So this is our coconut oil. Now, again, this is where your scale comes in. I just gave you two measurements, one for the sodium hydroxide and one for the distilled water. So we also have one for the coconut oil. You definitely want to use your scale when you are measuring out your oils to make sure you get the right amount. So we've got our coconut oil there, and then we also have our scale. I'm going to put our scale to the side because we do not need it at this point. I'm also going to go ahead and add in our color. So inside of these cups, I have a little bit of olive oil that I've poured inside. And then what we'll do is we tap. And this color is called turquoise mica. Good morning, Miss Claire. How are you from Toronto, Canada? Well, thank you for checking in, my dear. I'm doing well under the circumstances. How about that? I'm sure everybody is doing as well or trying to do as well as can be expected. But I'm hanging in there, trying to embrace my children, embrace this soap summit that I have coming up. I know a lot of you are new, so you don't know, but we do have a virtual soap summit that we are planning. It's beyond planning. It's happening. It's happening, Captain. And it is available if you go to summit.livesoapschool.com. And there we have a gathering of 13 incredible speakers who will be teaching lotion making, candle making, body butters, how to live stream, how to do your own podcast, how to make bath bombs, all of these things that you can do at home. I do have a little scrolling banner. I will turn that on in a moment. But if you are interested in registering, head over to summit.livesoapschool.com and you would be able to register there. Now, we also have our purple. We're going to add that in just a little bit. You don't need a whole lot. Paige, what does your teacher say? 1 drop and not a lot? Paige is my 5-year-old for some of you who are new. But she was telling me, was it with the glue? Yeah.
1 drop, not a lot.
1 drop and not a lot. You don't need a whole bunch, and that's the same for this colorant. And so I'm just going to mix that up. And the idea is you want to have everything that you are going to be using ready when you are about to make your soap. You want to have it ready to go. So we've got that there. And now, as you can see, we have these 2 colors that we are going to add into our soap so that we get a really, really nice experience. This is the artistic side of soap making. You get a chance to choose the colors. You get a chance. Siri, I'm not talking about you. Siri is talking to me. Are your home devices, are they talking to you? Sometimes Alexa responds. Sometimes Siri responds. My kids never respond. It's like, okay, maybe Alexa and Siri are my kids. But the thing is, Paige said, what? The thing is, you want to make sure that you have everything ready to go. Because sometimes the scientific side of soap making is such that you ain't going to have time to sit there and get your colors together, get your fragrances together. So what I would say, and the number one piece of advice I have, is when you are at home, make sure that you have lined everything up before you get started. Don't say I didn't warn you. All right, so here is the alchemy. We've talked a little bit about the science. We've talked a little bit about the artistry. Now you are going to get to witness saponification, which is the process of making the soap, right before your beautiful eyes, right here on Facebook Live. Right before your beautiful eyes, right here on Facebook Live. Sing it with me. No, I'm just playing. Or you could. If you're at home singing it, you're cool. Paige started doing a little dance, by the way. You guys can't see her. She's off screen, but she's doing a dance. So we're going to go ahead and add in our lye. That's the ASMR portion of the broadcast, in case you guys are wondering. And we're going to stir that baby up. It's going to get a nice, smooth, creamy consistency. And that's pretty much all I need to mix. This is a very small 2-pound batch. I also need to stop shaking the table. I need to stop shaking the table here. Yeah. Paige knocked over the whole soap table. Luckily, it was empty. However, there was stuff on there, but it wasn't like soap and stuff. There was just other stuff. And I'm sorry if you guys are commenting, I cannot see it. I just see that we are at 76 people that are watching across the streams. We are multi-streaming on several channels. And again, welcoming all the folks at Stowe Rocks Library. Thank you very much for having me. This will be our Thursday show where you guys can get some programming at home, even though the library is closed. So what we'll do is we will go ahead and add in just a little bit of scent. Now, I have not tested this scent, and this is sometimes where
Mommy,
it misbehaves.
it.
Yeah, it smells, and this one is called Celestial Sea because, listen, I want my natural soap to take me away. You'll smell it when I bring it over there, Paigey. I'll give you the empty bowl in a second. So we're adding that in there. And you see I added a little bit at first to see if I was going to get some clumps, lumps, and sugar lumps, which tells me that the fragrance is misbehaving. Yes, sugar lumps. Sugar lumps for the sugar daughter. Sugar lumps. Sugar lumps. And then I'm just mixing that in there, guys. Now, when your kids aren't singing in the background, when you are not live streaming doing this, this is a very, very peaceful state to be in. You are simply kind of one with what you are creating. It allows you to get very, very still as you are watching it transform. You can express your creativity by choosing different colors or choosing different scents and saying, I kind of like the way that thing is setting up there. I kind of dig it. It's a well-behaved fragrance. Hello there, Kim. Good to see you. This fragrance performed beautifully. As you can see, we got absolutely nothing going on. Shout out to purefragranceoil.com because that is where that came from. All right, now we got to do a little bit of separation because we want some white. We want some purple, and we want some turquoise.
Mom,
but if I put all, one second, Paige. If I put all of that in here, it's going to turn into...
brown.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to turn brown. It's
Every
not
color
going...
what you mix together, it's going to turn brown.
Yeah, we don't want that. So now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and pour...
Colors. We like fun, bright colors.
Fun, bright colors. Then we'll pour some in the other container. And we'll leave just this in here. Oh, I guess we can get a little more. Yeah, hold on, Paige. Here, you can smell this cup. That's what it smells like. Sorry, guys. All right, so we have those. Now I'm just going to add our color. Purple.
Mom, don't mix it up a little bit. It looks satisfying.
It's so satisfying, Paige.
Mom, if you put one on the outside and put the other ones on, if you put one on the outside, do one on the middle, do one in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
and then do the other two on the outside.
Say that one more time. Paige is coming up with our design.
Since you put that one in the middle, put the other two on the sides.
Now, this color isn't behaving the way I want, so I'm going to make it do what I want. Because right now it's very pastel.
Mom, you can't make soap do what you want.
Listen, I am the soapstress.
Linda,
I will listen, Linda, listen. Hey, Yolanda, how are you? All right, so I'm going to go ahead.
I'm saying that because you have a friend named Linda.
Linda, yes. Listen, Linda, listen.
Every time when you come on the phone, you're like, listen, Linda, listen.
Listen, Linda, listen. You ain't going to believe what happened to me last week. So I'm going to mix this up. There we go. Now we got the shade of purple. We also thickened it up more than I would have liked.
Yep.
Which is something that I do.
Yeah,
something that I do.
Mom.
Paige, you know, this is, you got to back up, baby. This is the soap part. You can't be right here. Alrighty. So we got that part. Now let's go ahead and go with the blue or the turquoise. Or the green, whatever color. Oh, we're up to 69. Okay, if you're here and have not said hello, I got a little bit in there, and have not said hello already, please do so that I know where you are watching from. If you have not already shared this video, make sure you do that too. And what we're doing is we're doing our very simple One Oil Wonder Soap. I'd also like to thank Stowe Rocks Library for hosting these sessions every Thursday morning, and you guys will be able to see how to make your own natural products right where you are. So now we have our colors. What we need to do at this point is go ahead, hey, Tabasco Road. That is a very interesting name. Now we're going to go ahead and pour our soap inside. Deborah is saying hi from New Jersey. Well, hello, Deborah. All right, I'm going to get some of that in there because I need my spatula. And this is going to be a little thick, a little creamy. But as Paige says, so satisfying. And we're going to just kind of move that down. We would have liked this to be a little more runny, but that's okay. That'll give us a chance to do a spoon swirl to get those colors to mix. Becoming a soap maker, but I swear I'm missing something. Can't wait till this weekend. Absolutely. Hello, Deborah from New Jersey. I think I said hi to you, but thank you for joining us. Now, we're going to go ahead and add in our turquoise color. Paige, what do you think about that color? She like, nothing. You won't let me sit there. All right, and I'm going to add this white right there in the middle. Then I'm going to go ahead on top with the purple. Kind of looks like Easter. I do. Now, that was not intended, but
you could make an Easter bunny on it then.
I could, but I don't have that kind of skill.
I know how to make
Shout out. Hey, Gina.
I know how to make an Easter bunny.
You know how to make an Easter bunny?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Sarah from Arizona. Yeah, Paige pouting like, wait a minute, Mom. This is supposed to be our broadcast. I'm like, not right now with the lie. As soon as I move this out, you can tell the folks hi. Do you have pants on? I haven't even looked. Do you have pants on, kid? You have shorts. Okay, that's doable. I don't know, guys. What are your kids wearing at home these days? Mine are trying to stay as naked as possible.
I'm only wearing shirts because my sister wears shirts. I copy my sister.
She copies her sister. Can you go get me a spoon, please? Thank you very much. See how much you're helping, Mommy? Because I don't have enough hands. Just become a superhero. I'll work on that. Now I'm going to tap this so that it goes down in there. I am going to need you to invent me something, if possible.
Here, this kind of spoon or forky?
That spoon works. Thank you. Is that the key to turn the oils to soap? Is it the key that turns the oils to soap? No, it could be, but no, we're using it so that we can get some swirls inside the soap. So right now, if I just let this sit, it would be just a little shade of white, a little shade of purple, a little shade of this turquoise green.
Mom, you made an Easter soap.
I sure did. So by using the spoon, it's called a spoon swirl, and it's going to turn it into magic. And this is typically where I can never recreate some of the things that I've done. Only been now she's interested. Yolanda says only been watching for 3 years, and now I got questions. She's got questions. We've got answers. All right, I'm gonna tap that again, and the goal. And please don't fall, camera. Soap cam, we need you to stay where you are. So now I'm gonna take this spoon. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go around kind of like in a moon shape. And what that's going to do is that's going to bring those colors up and through. And I don't know, Yolanda has been on some of the broadcasts where we cut it. And oh my gosh, how in the world did you get that design? Well, most of the time I can't answer that question because it's happening as I'm doing this portion of the soap. Mom. Now this has gotten a little bit thicker than you typically want, but Mom, I'm actually trying to get some of those colors up.
Mom, have you ever made glow in the dark soap?
I have not made glow in the dark soap. And I see one side that I did not touch. Oh, guys, that's a little thick. We don't want it to be that thick. All right, now I'm going to tap it again.
Now you're going to knock everything over like me.
Yeah, we got to stop doing that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the back of our spoon.
What spoon?
This spoon. We're going to take the back of our spoon and just give it a little bit of texture. And so what we'll do is we'll go tap, tap, just like that.
Mom, I don't think that's going to stay as that design.
I promise it will because it's thick enough. You have no faith in your mother.
I don't think so.
Oh, dear gosh, Paige. You've been around long enough to know better. It will stay. Because it's getting thick, guys, so it will stay with
Mom,
what we put on there.
Thick soap is bad.
No, this is good. We wanted to do that so we can, that middle part is a little higher than we would like.
That's what I mean.
That's what you meant? Like, Mom, that's what I'm talking about. And then you can do whatever you want. You can use a chopstick and give it a little more.
Mom, you should make a unicorn soap.
This might be a unicorn soap. I have issues.
All you have to do is get those.
I need a horn.
Yeah, and I see one. You can use those. You can use those ice.
Does lye turn oils to soap? Yes, ma'am. Lye. Yes, that is the answer. We talked about that at the beginning of the broadcast. So, guys, this is going to sit overnight for about 24 hours. Tomorrow, it will be nice and hard. We'll be able to cut it. I will post the pictures right here on Stowe Rocks and as well as on the blog. Again, you can get my book, which is the new Vegan Soap Cookbook. I think it's also going to be available at the library, but this one here, the new Vegan Soap Cookbook, we use the recipe right from there. That's our one oil wonder. And now, Paige is dying to come on camera. Come on, girlfriend.
What
happened or why it cut off? It just said audio issue. So we are going to end the broadcast. So if you were able to see what we did, that one is our plant-based soap, which is using only coconut oil. Then we added just 2 colors to it. But my name is Zakia Ringgold.
You should have added yellow.
I should have added yellow. Now you tell me. Now you tell me. Kim is saying, I really love a good coconut oil soap. The lather is insane. The thing is, guys, we got to make sure that we formulate that recipe so that it's not too drying.
Mommy.
And so that's what we do, and that's what you get inside of the new Vegan Soap Cookbook. And as you heard, several people have been mentioning the summit. It is a handcrafted summit, so much more than soap. And I told you all. No, we didn't decorate it. And I told wait, Paige. And I told you all that it's available. You can go to summit.livesoapschool.com to get more information about that. I am Zakia Ringgold. I'm so sorry that it ended so quickly. I don't know what that's what technology is doing. The internet gremlins are at bay right now. But I'm so glad you all were able to join me. Here is the soap. Paige, you got to put your head there. Here is the soap that we were able to make on the last broadcast. This is the coconut oil One Oil Wonder batch. I'm Zakia of Live Soap School.
I'm Paige.
This is Paige. She's typically right behind us as we are doing these broadcasts. And we'd like to wish you all well. Hopefully you're all staying safe.
And Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. And I'll catch you all next Thursday where we'll be doing yet another soap for you live.
Wait.
Okay, I'm listening, Paige. What are you going to say?
Before we end this video, click that subscribe button, turn on notifications, give me a huge thumbs up.
Give her a huge thumbs up. All right, everybody.
Bye.
Have a great day.